Hello and welcome back to the Worldwide Wolves podcast, the Timberwolves podcast, coming to you from across the world. I recently moved to Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. That's where I'm from. And Jake, my co-host here, host of the Howls and Growls YouTube channel. Everyone always comments about that, so I got to get out of the way here. Where are you coming to us from for this podcast?
Coming to you from Melbourne, Australia. Middle of winter here. We're cold. I actually had a sleep in this morning. I mean, it's 8 a.m. here, so that's not a sleep in. But when you have a 10-month-old baby, that is like an actual sleep in. So, yeah, I'm ready. I'm excited to do what we're doing today. I think it'll be fun. It's obviously we're getting to that time of the season or the off season where things are starting to wind down and there's less content readily available. So I'm excited.
Yes, me too. It should be fun. And by the way, just in the comments of this YouTube channel or on Twitter if you want, throw some questions at us, and we're gonna maybe run through those in coming weeks here. So that's a fun idea. You're on just Twitter, right? You're not on like Blue Sky or anything, or are you?
I am on Blue Sky, but
Okay.
I'm not active on Blue Sky. So
You're not on Truth Social over there in Australia either.
I've never actually heard of that in my life. Maybe I'm just
Oh,
kidding.
it's okay. No, never mind.
Some other housekeeping is that we are on Apple and Spotify now. We have been for the last few episodes, so I keep forgetting to actually say that we would prefer that you watch on YouTube. I like watching things on YouTube. We're both obviously YouTubers, but we are there on Spotify and Apple. So just type in Worldwide Wolves and you'll find us.
Yeah, we're bad at the housekeeping, so good to get out of the way. But to today's actual topic, we're going to be taking basically the last 15 years, essentially from 2010 to 2025. I was thinking about all quarter century team, but I don't know. I think this is more up my lane for sure.
Yeah.
When did you start like engaging with the Timberwolves, I should ask?
It's weird. I kind of spent some time there when I was younger. The first game I watched was Kevin Garnett was on the team and the Wolves weren't good. So my guess is that it was around 2005, maybe 2006. My brother was a Nets fan, a New Jersey Nets fan, which I think you just choose a team when you're from Australia and you follow them. And the first game we watched, Kevin Garnett dominated the New Jersey Nets, and I thought, and as a loving brother, I decided that was the team I was going to go for. So I've been cursed since then. And then I kind of was, not a huge fan, obviously, when I was that young, but I've got more and more as the years have gone on. I think from that early 2010s maybe is when I've been really invested. So I think that's about my time frame as well.
Me too. So yeah, that's what we're gonna do. And a lot of these years are just really horrible, but we're basically gonna do 15 players, a starting five, then a backup five, and then like a reserve five, essentially. And then I think maybe we could also do a head coach, a Pobo, and an assistant coach if we want to. Really make it fun here. But here, I'll try to put this on the screen quick. You tell me if you can see it in 1 second. Yeah, that's what we're gonna kind of do here. Run through this. If you're on YouTube, you can see everything we're gonna do. So
and it's going to get progressively harder and uglier as we get from starting five to reserves to the bench mob.
Yes. And I think one of the more interesting positions, at least in the starting five, is the starting point guard. So let's actually start there.
Mm-hmm.
There's two names, maybe you could argue for more than two, but I think it comes down, tell me if you think otherwise, to Ricky Rubio or Mike Conley for the starting point guard on the all 15-year team here. What do you think?
Yeah, this I think is one of the tougher positions just because there is two options here. I think when we look back in our nostalgic minds, I would probably choose Rubio. Obviously, Rubio embodied a period of hope as a team, as a franchise. Super fun, not super productive, but before the ACL injury, he was. We all thought he was on that true star level path. So I want to say Rubio, but then you look at Mike Conley, and that's 2 conference finals appearances in a row. I don't think Rubio made the playoffs at all in his Minnesota time. The one season he came back, they missed the playoffs again. So I think
the argument for Conley is purely winning.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. The question here is: do you value winning Or do you value, first of all, longevity? I think more production, and I think probably more on-court value, like entertainment value.
Yeah, it is really interesting. It's about as close to a tie as any of these when I was thinking about it for me. And I did when I like sketched out my own just what I think this would kind of look like. I did lean Mike Conley just because he did. I mean, they've been to two Western conferences with him as the starting point guard. Rubio didn't, maybe he could have led this team to two starting Western conferences, if he was in his prime during these years. Not his fault, but that might have to be the edge here.
Yeah,
What do
and
you think? Should we
we
put
are
Conley?
talking about a guy who shot over 40% one time with
Yeah,
Minnesota
and we
in 7 years. So
and yeah, on this podcast we have relentlessly trashed Mike Conley, but he had a really great stretch. Like we're trashing the version right now, but the
yeah,
run that he had in for sure a couple years ago, and when they trade for him, completely different player. I think he's the starter. You good with that?
I am good with that. But I think if someone was arguing that he's
Yep.
not and that it's Rubio, I probably wouldn't argue too vehemently back with them. But like Mike Conley, yeah, if we're talking about what is important here, it's probably the recent success, and I think there is going to be some bias weighted towards the recent success in some of these arguments, just because really those teams were bad, and Rubio wasn't the reason they were bad, but he was part of the bad era.
Yeah, he was the highlight.
Mm-hmm.
So for Twins fans, it'd be like Brian Dozier, but that's just my own little segment that doesn't matter to anyone here. I really like that guy. Starting
Yeah,
shooting
I don't
guard.
know what the hell you're talking about, so I'm just
Sorry,
going to let you talk
every
about
time
that.
I can mention a Brian Dozier on this podcast, I just might have to do it. But anyways, starting shooting guard. Do we want to say anything other than Anthony Edwards here?
No, I mean that's the obvious one.
All right, there we go. Do you want to argue Kevin Martin? Any Kevin Martin?
No,
No. All
I
right.
love Kevin Martin though. I
We might
honestly
talk about
really,
him in like 13 players from now. So
yeah, I think he's definitely. This is not the last we hear of Kmart.
stay tuned, everybody. All right, a small forward now. There's a couple here. There's a few interesting ones. Um, some names I'll throw at you: Jaden McDaniels, Andrew Wiggins, Jimmy Butler. Those are the, I think, top three names that you could talk about. Do you have a leading candidate right out of the gate?
Now, again, I don't want to make this the 2025 Timberwolves starting lineup, but it's the question I think is the same similar one that we had with Rubio and Conley, is that McDaniels has the longevity, has the team success. Butler
Is
is
the
a better
best
player,
player? Yeah.
and it's a different type of chasm between Rubio and Conley, because Conley's first full season here might have been better than any season Rubio had anyway. But Jimmy Butler was like, before he got injured that season, man. I know we hate Jimmy Butler, but he was so good. Like he was top 5 MVP level, and I don't think anyone since Garnett has ever had a season as good as Butler was having before that injury. So,
But it was only one season and it
it was,
wasn't the full season. Like,
and he wasn't very good in the playoffs. Obviously, he was coming back from an injury, and then he quit on the team after that.
yeah, yeah,
And that has to
you
be. I
have to
think that has,
factor in
yeah.
the destruction that
Mm-hmm.
he caused.
And him and Tibbs just became like this toxic duo that both loved each other and hated each other. It was weird. It wasn't fun. That season wasn't very fun. Like they won 47 games, made the playoffs for the first time in, what was it, 14 or 15 seasons. And even then, it didn't feel like, last season's Western Conference Finals team or the season before that felt like they were fun. So, and McDaniels is really good. Like McDaniels is all defensive level player, a winner, the type of player who fits in if you're trying to build any team. So again, we at some point we will find someone who doesn't currently play on the team, but I do think it's McDaniels right now.
Yeah, all right, I'll put that down. I think I agree. The Jimmy thing, like he is objectively, if you're building like purely a on-court product of,
I think
players,
that,
it's prime Jimmy, like yeah, you're taking prime Jimmy, but like I don't really know what this exercise is. Like,
well, I think it has
but
to be. It
yeah,
has to be what their Timberwolves legacy is.
yeah, yeah,
I
yeah,
don't think
agreed
it's prime. Best games of
for
their
sure.
career. And I think the more interesting argument, if you're talking about that as the qualifier, is Wiggins versus Butler.
I take Jimmy. I just
Yeah, I hate Jimmy,
Wiggins
man.
is just kind of there, man. Like I did not like Wiggins.
No,
Yeah.
but Wiggins to me has a similar vibe to Rubio in terms of like he gave me so much hope in a time where no one could give me hope on this team.
Yes. You remember that buzzer beater against the Thunder? They like half court spinning,
Yeah,
and it was
I
dude,
was
that was the greatest day.
I was on my lunch break at work. I like that's one of the things that's like I remember where I was at the time. So
Yep. Yep. Me
um,
too.
I don't have that as much with Jimmy. I don't think.
No. No. I remember when he was traded for, but that's about it.
Mhm.
Anyways, power forward and center. Do we just want to write down Carl and Rudy here? Is that easy?
Um, yeah. Well, Kevin Love is in the conversation, but not going to win that argument.
No.
Yeah, I don't think anyone else like it. It's weird because we're in the golden era of Timberwolves basketball
I
right
know.
now. So especially if we're taking out that KG era from the discussion and going from 2010, there just wasn't players that are better than all the players that have been on this team the last few seasons. So
It's not
like
like recency bias. I don't like they just
it's
went to
not
the
because
Western Conference Finals.
it's inarguable. The only
Yeah.
one that's arguable really is Butler and maybe Rubio. Like
Conley. Yeah.
I think if you swapped out Conley for Rubio, that would make sense for me. But I think if you didn't, that would make sense as well. So Gobert clearly is the best five. Pekovic maybe would be in the conversation as well. Kevin Love in the conversation for the four. I don't even know who else would be in the conversation after that.
Yeah. Well, Julius Randle.
Randall, I guess, yeah, he's like similar to Butler, but without the bad taste in our
True.
mouth.
That's a
But
good point. I
that
like
the
that.
1 year sample size.
If you like are a starter on a Western Conference Finals team for this for the Wolves, you're gonna get mentioned. But yeah, I mean, this is a very solid starting five. I've got no arguments. I think this starting five, if you put them against, and put them in the league, they'd make it to the Western Conference Finals and
Yeah,
lose in five.
They might even win like 56 games and be
Right.
really great defensively.
Exactly. So I like this. All right. Now we get to maybe a bit more of the
Yeah,
fun area.
this is where it gets fun.
So we do have point guard here, backup point guard, and it is probably Rubio because we almost put him on first team. But
Yeah.
but just to warm up some names for later, I'll just throw a couple at you. D'Angelo Russell. Do you have any argument for D'Lo over Rubio?
No.
Nope, me neither. All right,
Um,
Jeff Teague.
Jeff Teague, I went from a Jeff Teague because I remember when Jeff Teague got signed, people didn't like him. He was replacing Rubio.
Right.
It was a weird time with the franchise. There was a lot of movement. Levine was out. Obviously, Rubio left. I was a Jeff Teague defender for 1 year because I thought he was better than Rubio, and I still think that he was better in that first season than Rubio was. Then Jeff Teague became my least favorite Timberwolves starter of all time. By the end of it, I just hated Jeff Teague. He just dribbled around for 14 seconds. He would drive, he would dribble under the basket, he would dribble back out, he'd run a pick and roll, and then eventually he'd throw Cat a hand grenade. And it
And he
frustrated.
hated Pat, yeah.
Yeah. So it's Rubio, but I think they're both the two options. I think the Teague,
That'll be a fun
D'Lo,
discussion in a little bit for the
yeah,
third team.
they're vying for a role clapping on the bench. Those two.
And I don't like either. But anyways, it'll be Rubio for now. That's an interesting one. Teague's a good podcaster now, and that's not an insult.
Oh,
That's he's really funny.
Yeah, I like Teague now.
Me too. You see, this is just a guy. He was getting paid to do a job.
Yeah.
Whatever. All right.
He hated it as much as we hated him.
That's the thing. That's what's funny. All right, shooting guard. So you can we can move guys around here that we threw in the small forward bin last year. We want to start a couple guys or whatever, but just to throw a couple names at you, we obviously put Anthony Edwards here without much thinking, but we could put a guy like Jimmy Butler here, Zach LaVine, Wiggins, Kevin Martin.
Yeah.
Any names right now that you think vehemently have to go in the two spot? Like Jimmy Butler's got to be either shooting guard or small forward, right?
Yeah, but there's part of me that just wants to exclude him from the team, but it's probably not the right thing to do,
It's wrong, but it's right. But we gotta put him somewhere. I think bumping him down to second team is enough, like exclusion almost.
Yeah. Okay. Well, let's put Jimmy at. I think Jimmy should go at the 3 because there's more
Okay,
options here at the 2.
I agree. I like that.
I don't really know other wings that definitely need to be in there.
I mean, the argument is Wiggins, but I mean, okay, so for the 2 now, we have Wiggins, we have
Yeah.
Zach LaVine, we have Nikhil Alexander Walker, we got Corey
Mm,
Brewer, Kevin Martin, Malik Beasley, any of those names that need to go in there right away, or any you want to really discuss here?
um, it's just a weird. It's weird because it is.
Yeah.
It
Who's
is
the
again
best?
like. And do you want to value stats and longevity over winning? Because in terms of I add more to a team winning wise, it's Nikhil. Like again, a crucial piece on a 2-time Western Conference Finals team, knows his role, super efficient.
Just got like 14 million a year for 4. Like he's a good
Yeah,
player.
yeah, would get more than Andrew Wiggins on the open market right now.
16 actually, right? Or yes, 464 or something. You got a lot of, yeah, you're right. So
but Wiggins averaged like 20 points a game for 6 seasons,
I think
and
it's got to be Wiggins,
mhm.
but I don't love it. Nikhil, it it is hard to make the argument. Like he didn't start ever. Wiggins at
Yeah.
least was like he was the number 1 overall pick, and like he was the guy on this team for a handful of years. I think it's Wiggins, but we'll have the Nikhil discussion coming up here for
Well,
the
and
third
I
team.
think Levine's career, maybe not better than Wiggins, but I think Levine has turned out to be a better player than Wiggins.
Did he play 2 years here, Levine?
I think.
He's a very interesting one because we kind of, we saw him just take off after getting traded. But when he was on the Wolves, he won the dunk contest. But
He played 3. He played 3, 2 full seasons, and then
okay,
1 half season with the ACL. And he wasn't very good as a rookie. Like he was full of potential. And then 14, 3 and 3 in his second season, finished 14th in Sixth Man of the Year voting for whatever that's worth. And then his third season, he averaged 19, 3 and 3, but only played 47 games.
okay, yeah. Like we look more fondly on him just because of how his career took off, and because I think he
Yeah.
was traded for Jimmy Butler, and it's just like,
And
ooh,
we never got the bad taste in our mouth with Levine because he did leave so early into his stint. So I think it's probably Wiggins at
okay,
the 3. Yeah, it just feels harsh to wipe off the 6 years. But then I guess you could say the same thing with Rubio. But I just don't think if it's Wiggins versus Levine versus Kevin Martin, who again I have a very soft spot
I
for
can
Kevin
tell.
Martin because he was just a cool player. He shot the ball cool. He
Yeah,
made a lot of shots. And the team was terrible, and I liked watching him. But he's not better than. I don't think he was better than Wiggins. He definitely didn't help them
no, he
win as
wasn't
well.
better than.
And like Wiggins teams, Wiggins did make the playoffs. They did win some games, like they did. He was
Yeah,
actually. I feel like he was really good in that playoff series. I don't know if that's just my memory.
everyone else was really bad, so he could have just
Yeah,
been like solid. I don't fully recall, but I mean, Martin, he did have 2 seasons where he averaged like 20, but I think they were the 2 worst seasons of this like entire bunch that we're doing, maybe.
yeah.
So
There was some empty calories with
certainly. He
Kevin
won
Martin.
6 Man of the Year right before signing, right? I think he did with
Yeah,
OKC, and
and
then
I used to
didn't
just
win it here.
dominate with him on 2K when I was younger.
Yeah, yeah. I
Yeah,
mean,
when you get that funky shot down pat, he was impossible to stop. So I think it's Wiggins. I think we're arguing here just to try and add some beef, I guess, to the conversation. But
yeah.
it's Wiggins.
Okay, okay. Move into the power forward in the center position. I've got. I think. Tell me if you disagree here, but I've got 2 names that I think have to be cemented into the second team, and they are Kevin Love and Nas Reed for the 2 big positions. We haven't even mentioned Nas. I just
I
realized.
forgot about Nas. Yeah, we haven't. It's Kevin Love is in permanent
Yep.
marker. He's I think his peak was even higher than Cat's. In terms of peak, I think his peak was the highest. I mean,
Okay.
and
Yeah.
I think Kevin Love's peak was the 3rd highest in franchise history.
Not nearly as long as
No,
Carl's was.
and Cat is a better, like, in view of ranking players
Okay.
uh,
Yeah.
in this franchise. Cat is a clear. I would say 3rd now. I'd say Ant is 2nd. But Kevin Love was insane, dude. There was a few years there where he was so ridiculously good, and again, he's got a bit of that sour taste. He kind of left in a weird way. He didn't want to sign the contract, but he was really
But like
good.
looking back, I don't blame him at all. You know, like if he went
Yeah,
and won a championship, like
yeah. The team sucked, and they didn't give him the full max they gave to Ruby. That was when you could only offer, I think, 5 years to one player on the team. They gave it to Rubio, which we don't love a big ego, but also NBA players have big egos. So like he won the most improved in 2011, which is in this date range that we're going. He averaged 20 and 15, 20 and 15 for the season, while shooting 41% from three, and that was back in 2011 when everyone wasn't shooting threes. Finished sixth in MVP voting the second season, averaging 26, 13, and 2. Averaged 26, 12, and 5 in another season. He's All-Star season here. Finished 11th in MVP, All-Star, NBA second team. Like that little 4 or 5 year run, he was if he had have gone to a decent team and was allowed to be the first option on that team, we'd be talking about Kevin Love as one of the best players of that generation. So,
it
um,
feels like he was here longer than like the 6 years that he was too. Like he
yeah, it
made an
does.
impact. I mean,
Yeah,
no argument from me. He absolutely deserves to be the power forward here.
yeah.
I think.
On a lot of teams, maybe not, but that to not even be on the first team is probably a testament to Cat and obviously to KG as well.
I mean, they put him on a good team and they won the championship. Granted, they had
Yeah,
LeBron James and like peak Kyrie Irving, but still Kevin Love was a huge piece for that team. So
and I think if he had went to another good team that didn't have LeBron James and Kyrie Irving, like if there was like one other good player, they could have been like a guy who's on 50-win teams averaging 22 and 12.
yeah, for sure.
Um, because that's how good. And obviously, he wasn't a good defender. Um, but there's been plenty of guys who've been able to put up numbers and win games who aren't a good defender. So yeah, I like Kevin Love. I know it was weird when he left, but the same thing with some of these guys is he provided a spark for me as a young fan from a different
Yeah.
country, who was back in this country by then, when no one else could except him and Rubio. So
Yeah,
yeah,
and it's like the whole leaving the Wolves thing means so little to me now. Like now that the Wolves are a good organization and you look back at what they were, it's like no wonder like no wonder players were trying to get out of here. Like
yeah.
sorry. I mean, if you can go anywhere else, you probably do it back then. So I mean, I don't hold that against him. He deserves that. Is Naz Reid the second team center?
Oh, it's
Is
Naz
him or
Reid.
Pekovic, right?
It's him
Or
or Pekovic, my instinct tells me it's Peck.
really? Okay.
Yeah, but then no, he only played 6 seasons, which is again shorter than I thought. His
Well,
most
yeah,
games he
wow.
played, his most games he played in the season was 65. It's 65, 47, 62, 54, 31, and then 12.
Most rebounds he ever averaged was like 8.8. I mean,
Which again is shocking to me because I just remember him eating up
yeah,
offensive boards, and he had that little drop step in the post. I loved Peck, but I
yeah,
love Naz Reid. It's probably Naz Reid because again, if you've I don't know what factor really gives it to Peck. He wasn't durable. He doesn't have the longevity. I think Naz has already been here for more than 6 seasons, or maybe 6 seasons coming up. Um, Nas has won Six Man of the Year, has been on 2 Western Conference Finals teams and another playoff team. Yeah, he's played 6 seasons. His raw numbers aren't as good, but obviously he comes off the bench. He's more efficient, more modern, more beloved, I think, by fans, which is not a knock on Peck because he is very beloved by fans. But I mean, it's got to be Naz Reid, doesn't it?
I think it's pretty easily Naz Reid. I mean, again, like it's weird with these Pekovic, Rubio Love guys that were around for the horrible years because we just have to look at them so fondly. But dude,
Yeah,
imagine if Naz Reid was on those teams. He'd be looked at. His jersey would
yeah,
be in the rafters. Like,
yeah. You're right. You are right.
I mean, he might not be nearly as good playing in that, but like who Naz Reid is now. If you just put him into those, I think it's him. I do, and we can talk
Yeah,
about Buck again soon. But yeah, I think it's Nas for a second team here.
well, it's probably Love at the 5 and Nas at the 4. But
Okay,
I think
yeah.
it doesn't matter which one's which, really.
Okay, I like that. All right, now to the extra fun segment of picking a third team out of this really interesting group of 15 years of Timberwolves basketball. Starting at the point guard, we've mentioned his name. Is it D'Angelo Russell, or do we want to talk about Jeff Teague? I mean,
I think it's
I'll just
probably
say,
D'Lo.
is it D'Lo? Okay.
I think it's D'Lo was better than Teague in his time. He spent, I don't know if he spent more time in Minnesota, but he was better. He got to the playoffs. He had way more big moments. Teague was very good in that game 82 against Denver. That's my fondest memory of Jeff Teague, that he made a couple of tough buckets down the stretch in that game, which I will not forget. But D'Lo spent more time here. He made bigger shots. He won more games. He fit in better until Rudy came. Again, the first season or the first impressions of D'Lo that we got were really good, especially in a time where I think this team needed good players. Like his first season, he averaged 21 and 6.
Yeah.
His first, 12 games. Sorry, that's 12 games when he after got traded. Then he played 42 games the next season, averaged 19 and 6, 18 and 7. And then 17.
The hype around it was kind of insane. If you probably remember, I mean, they got off the Wiggins contract. They gave up the pick that ended up being the 6th overall, and I was still like, yes, they got D'Lo.
Yeah,
he's gonna.
I was thinking of that when
Carl.
Kuminga was busting their asses in the playoffs, because that's who it was. That was the pick.
Yep. Oh man, thank God it wasn't someone like generational, man. Like it's just Kuminga at the end of the day, and they're really good now. But
that's
yeah,
D'Lo. Teague wasn't good. He was horrible.
I hated D'Lo. I despise watching him at the end. I hated it.
I didn't like him by the end, and I wanted him to be traded. But I was always, and I understood that he was super flawed. But I always kind of liked D'Lo. He's an idiot. He's got a weird sense of kind of entitlement when it comes to his game, and he was so bad in the playoffs. Oh my God, was he bad in that playoff series?
Yeah. My favorite clip of him actually came from this year when he was on a podcast and he went, "You know what the Wolves need? It's me." And then the Wolves rattled off 20 wins or something, just right after. It was that was the cue to get them going this year.
He very much is he's like the opposite of a curse. The key to becoming a good team is getting rid of D'Angelo Russell. So
and he's on the third team here. Wow, that's it's not a great look.
Are there any other? There's no other options here that aren't going to make it over
I'll throw some names that I scoured though, just for fun. All right, just guys that were when I went Basketball Reference these 15 years and just sorted by games, win shares, points, all the.
If you say Jordan McLaughlin, I'm going to close my laptop.
He is right actually next on my list, followed by Tyus Jones and Luke Ridnour. Is he? I don't know.
I mean, he's a good Again, Tyus, I feel like he's more nostalgic that even now, the idea of Tyus is way better than he actually is. But I love Tyus.
I mean, me too. But that
was a cool time, and he wasn't very good. I'm looking at his numbers now. He never averaged more than 7 points. He was a bench player, but
I do love it now though. The Tyus Jones sweepstakes that still take place here every offseason.
I get really mad at people who want to Tyus Jones.
I get we don't have to talk about it for much longer, but I get the archetype of player. He's kind of like a Jordan McLaughlin type that's gonna bring energy, and I don't know, but not much. He's short and he doesn't shoot that well, does he?
No, and he's a terrible. He got benched by Phoenix, who won 35 games, and I think at one point completely benched, out of the rotation benched, because. They were so bad on defense, and he was one of the main culprits. Anyway, Tyus isn't in the team, but I did love Tyus when he was with Minnesota.
All right.
I wish it was Chris Dunn. I wish Chris Dunn was still in this conversation. I wish they never moved on from him so quickly. I loved Chris Dunn, and he ended up being a really good player.
Man, yeah, that's fair. I mean, he was in the Levine trades. We got 1 year of him, and immediately it was
Yeah.
like, oh my god, he can't shoot, and he's just
No, he
okay. But
couldn't
yeah,
shoot, and he still can't. But
no, but he can play. He's like
he
Jared Culver archetype almost. I mean,
yeah, he's one
better.
of the best. He's one of the best guard defenders in the entire NBA right now.
I
So
meant
he
Josh Okogie. Sorry, I didn't mean to slander
yeah,
him with the
yeah,
Culver
he is a
there.
bit crazy, and maybe a little bit. I think he survives a bit better because he's like can do some point guardy kind of things with the ball.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Uh,
Okay,
but yeah, he's not obviously in this conversation. But
right.
I miss you, Tris. Come back.
It was a good tangent. For shooting guard, are we going Jarrett Culver? Just kidding. Shooting guard, third team here. I'll throw some names out at you that we have not used yet, or at least I'm getting a little mixed up here with what we have and haven't used, but
That's
we're gonna
okay.
play
We
through.
can just keep throwing names out because I
Well,
almost mentioned Shabazz Muhammad before, just
he's
randomly.
coming. He's in my small forward list, but shooting guards: Nikhil Alexander-Walker, Kevin Martin, or Zach LaVine.
Oh,
Ooh, that's a
I,
conversation. I
that is a
also
good
have
one.
Corey Brewer and Malik Beasley listed.
Malika was good for at least one season as well.
This is a tough one.
Yeah. So no Jalen Noel, no Wendell Moore Jr.
Dude, the Wendell
Uh,
Moore Jr. game was electric when he came in
mm.
and had like the Jalen Clark role, and it was like, oh my god, what is this? Never saw him again.
By the way, I hope that no one can hear a bang. There's some sort of banging going outside of my window. It is like blowing a bloody hurricane
You're good.
outside. So yeah, sorry if anyone can hear any noise, but I think again
This is tough.
we're back on the same conversation we've been having the whole time. Do we value shorter stints? It's not even a shorter stint really with these three, is it? They all played 2 to 3 seasons.
Yeah,
So do
it's
you value numbers over winning and over value
or
over
like
impact on
hype
winning?
moments, like winning a dunk contest or like scoring 50 points like Corey
Yeah.
Brewer or having a
I
weird shot
try
mechanic.
I tried to convince Lauren, my partner, to name our son Nikhil. And that's not even a joke.
Okay, I think it's got to be Knopf for this if I'm getting
Yes.
my vote in.
So since I'm sitting here and I could have potentially had a child named Nikhil, which is not really it's not really a name that I've ever heard anyone else have, especially not in this country. I think I have to choose him.
Sorry, I accidentally muted myself. But yes, I agree. I don't know how that happened.
Um,
Nikhil does come in here. He's our reserve or our third shooting guard. It's interesting because like he's a role player on a 2-time Western Conference Finals team. He just was like the seventh or eighth guy. So
but it felt like at any point he could have been the sixth or the fifth
yeah,
guy. They just were a good team.
I'll ask you this: in 1 year, is it Dante DiVincenzo?
No.
No.
Oh, maybe. I mean, I like Dante. That made it sound like I don't. I know a lot of people
Well,
don't
right,
like
but
him.
it's just all
Um,
about can he have a New York Knicks type? And if he has a
I
big
mean,
playoff
yeah,
run,
no, it could be. No, you're right. It could be. If they need him to be a starter at some point this season and he really thrives in that role, or again, if he has a big playoff series or just has a big season, like there is a player there that can average like 15 plus points a game. So, it could be. It definitely could be. I was trying to get up like win shares or something to just to bolster some of these points that we've been making. You can only get the top 20 on Basketball Reference. I will say that Rubio is there in as eighth.
Rubio's high up there.
Yeah,
And
Gobert's already
do you
sixth.
care? Like, is win share something you look at in value, or is it just like
No,
the only
it's
thing?
not. I think win shares, PER are things I don't really look at. I think there's better. I mean, in general, I'm not a fan of all-encompassing advanced stats. I kind of think they're dumb, to be honest. I have a problem with those Darko graphs that go around Twitter. I just think there's just no context at all to say one player is better than another due to a graph.
Okay.
An all-encompassing one number for a season, but they do have their place. I'm not saying they're the worst thing ever, but I do think that PER win shares. I mean, Anthony
I like
Edwards is
the estimated plus minus on like dunksandthrees.com or whatever. But
yeah, I think that's probably the best one. I mean, Anthony Edwards is ninth in the franchise history for win shares behind Rubio and Gorgie Jang. Like, if you've watched the game, you just know that's not true. Then I'm sure there's a reason why the math is mathing there, but like we all watch the games. We all know that that Anthony Edwards is the second best player that's ever played for this team.
Yeah, I've got the list actually from 2010. He is sixth on that list total. I'm just
Yeah.
looking at. Yeah, is that what you just said? Sorry, I'm like.
No, he's ninth all time.
Oh, not all
He's not
time.
even in the
Okay.
top 10 in win shares per 48, which is kind of the way that you normalize it for guys who have played longer than him. So I don't think win shares. It's if you're a big guy who rebounds the ball, a lot of these advanced metrics are going to love you.
Okay, I like that. Just because we've gone on a large tangent, I put it back on the screen for everyone. We're
We
on the
have
small
where are
forward,
we at?
small
So
forward third team. I'm
so
gonna
we're
throw some
talking
names at you
so
here.
we're
All right,
talking Shabazz.
we are sort of talking. We can also still talk Corey Brewer, Kevin Martin if you want to, but
Mm,
here's a name we haven't said, and that could be kind of interesting. A little Kyle Anderson action.
mm,
I don't love Kyle Anderson. I know his role
no,
like is valuable, but
yeah.
I just you got to throw the name out there.
I think he. I don't love the clamoring for getting Kyle Anderson back. I think we're quick to forget that he was super bad in that second season, like destructively awful, especially for the offense because
Yeah.
he just couldn't shoot and he turned the ball over a ton.
I mean,
Um,
honestly, that's like my lasting memory.
yeah,
I
and
don't
I
really
agree.
have, yeah,
He was so good in that first season, though.
yeah,
If he played 2 seasons the same as that first season, I think he would probably be a shoe in here.
okay.
Um, but I don't know who Corey Brewer is not someone who I've considered overly here.
Ooh, I do
But
actually have a couple of other names that I wrote down. You want to hear them? They're probably
yes,
not going on, but just to get them out there, Dante Cunningham, Robert
oh,
Covington, and
I love Roko,
yeah, yeah,
man.
yeah. See, there's guys, and Andre Kirilenko, who might, I don't know about that.
Prime AK-47 is probably in the starting lineup of this team, but the
Many are
Wolves
saying
AK,
that. Yeah, yeah. Everyone's yelling
yeah,
at the screen that we forgot about
yeah.
him, but
I mean, I don't. He wasn't bad when he was here, but I think how long did AK-47 play for the Wolves?
I don't.
1 season?
Let's see. He played 13 years in the NBA, but he only played 1 year in Minnesota,
Hmm.
2012 to 2013,
I
64
don't.
games, 12.4 points. Just just fine. I don't know. On a
Yeah,
really
yeah.
tough team.
You have to be Jimmy Butler level, I think, to be a 1 year player on this team, on this illustrious team. Um,
Sorry, Andre. Oh my gosh. All right.
like Brewer played eight.
Who's
Brewer
the clear
played.
leader here? Is it
I don't know.
is
I
it
don't know. Since I'm sad doing this, we've
is
got
it
to the sad portion.
oh man. Okay. Is it Rocco or is it did we put Wig? No, we did. Is
I
it
mean, Tory
Levine?
Tory
Just
Brewer
because?
played 6 seasons. Like, does that
Okay.
give him some weight? He averaged 10 and 3. We all know what Tory Brewer was.
Yeah.
Energizer. He scored 50, so he has a moment
He
to
played as many
point to.
seasons here as Kevin Love. That's crazy.
Yeah, yeah, and Naz Reid.
Damn, that is wild
Yeah,
actually. Okay.
I think it might be Tory Brewer. Honestly, I think it might be because he's got the longevity. He was fun. Like, even though we all knew he wasn't a great player, but he was always a fun player. He's tried really hard, which wasn't always a
Yeah.
prerequisite for those teams. 6
He had
seasons,
like Malik
50
Beasley
point
vibes
game.
before Beasley, like he's gonna go out
Yeah,
and
yeah, 50 point
score.
game with no threes.
Is
Um,
that true?
I think he hit one half court shot in the
Wow.
game, and that's all.
When I
It was
said
just
Malik Beasley vibes, I didn't mean threes, by the way. I just meant like you look at these guys and you're like, yeah, that guy's gonna go run around for a while. Like I don't
I'm
know.
I'm willing to listen to arguments, but I think it's Corey Brewer. He came eighth in sixth man voting in one of the seasons that he was with the Wolves. So yeah,
Yeah, I think I'm
I
with
don't know.
you. We're definitely taking the most time on this part, which is obvious but
Mm,
also hilarious. But I mean, I
yeah,
guess it's predictable. But I mean, I
I
love it. I
feel
think
yeah.
it's good stuff. But yeah,
His nickname on Basketball Reference is the Drunken Dribbler. Love that. Like, he was fun, man. And if we're choosing between guys who weren't really that good or weren't here for very long, I think it's either him or
yeah.
it's I think maybe Kyle Anderson. And I think
I think Levine comes in second, even though he's not a small forward, just out of like
mm,
just But I don't think we can put him there. I think it's got to be Brewer. I like.
yeah, I think if we're trying to stick to some sort of positional
Mhm.
normalcy, I don't think Nikhil or Zach were
They'd both be point guards before
raised. Yeah,
small forward.
they're two combo guards. So
Yep.
I'm happy to put Corey Brewer in here, coach of the Pelicans summer league team, which I thought was cool as well. So shout out
There
to
you
Corey
go.
Brewer.
Yeah, little Corey Brewer lore. All right, power forward here. I got some names here for you. I know I've said that on everyone, but these names are great. We did forget to mention on small forward Shabazz Muhammad. Do you want to retcon it and put Shabazz there?
No, I'm
Okay.
fine.
Moving on to power forward. I'm sorry I brought us back momentarily. We can go with a few interesting guys here. Number one, I don't know if it's number one, but just first name, Taj Gibson is an interesting
I
name for third
love
team.
Taj,
Yep.
man.
Yep.
Taj was just Mr. Reliable. Hit you
And
with that drop step, hit you with
yeah,
that post hook.
he might
Money.
be the favorite here, man. He might be so far. I think, especially when I throw out a couple more names. I mean, Vando, is he was fun for a year.
I have a shirt with Vando's face on it. I'm ashamed to say after this year's playoffs. So does my partner. We have pajamas with Vando on it.
Both of you do?
Yeah, it's the same shirt. Shout out Jake
That's
Scraps.
outstanding.
There
Oh,
was
okay.
there was Vando fever in this house at one point.
Around the entire country, actually. Well, the entire
yeah.
world, apparently. I
Yeah.
mean, my goodness. But
Yeah, you went
I don't think I'd put him above Taj Gibson if I had to choose.
No, I don't think so either. Again, I've been going back to moments as well. If you have a moment that's important to me, Gibson has that game 82 against Denver, the poke away steal on Jokic. There's no one else really, is there?
Rocco or Bielitsa? Take your pick.
I hate you for saying Rocco's a good one. I would take Rocco back right now. I just think he's an awesome dude.
Yeah.
And he was a good player.
I think it's him or Taj.
I'm just looking through the numbers. Was Rocco on any good teams, or were they bad both those seasons?
Well, he was traded for Jimmy.
Yeah, he only played a season.
Speaking
He
of,
didn't
are we
play
putting
very
Saric?
much.
How about Saric?
No, shut up.
He only Who else did they get in that trade for Jimmy?
He played 22 games in the first season. So Rocco only played 60 games for the Wolves. Does that feel crazy to you?
Yeah. I would
He played
over
60
100.
games over 2 seasons before he was traded.
That's crazy. Wow.
I think it's
I think it's Taj. I think it's
Taj, yeah.
Taj. All right, I've got a fun little game for this last
Shout
one.
out to Taj, man. He's still in the league too.
He is.
God, that makes me happy.
Oh man, that is good stuff. All right. We have not mentioned the name of the player that is 4th on the win shares list.
I've been waiting for this as well.
2010 to 2025. We have not even mentioned his name once. Do you know who I'm talking about for center?
I would also add in there that he is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7th all time.
God, that's absurd. Well, yeah, this is actually how you know win. I mean, no offense to this guy, but at win shares,
this guy's above Ricky Rubio, Anthony Edwards, Terrell Brandon, Naz Reid, Tom Gugliotta, and his name is Gorgie Dieng, the GOAT.
Yep.
I've got a big fat permanent marker putting Gorgie Dieng in this position. Wait,
I like that.
Wait, is Peck on this team yet?
No, he's not. Who are you? Wow, this is a good argument here. Are you taking Gorgie or are you taking Peck? Knowing what you know about these stats.
I'm taking Peck. I know that Gorgie deserves
the win
a
share master.
Yeah, and he's just so solid. One of the best people ever.
I gotta check. What does Gorgie's stats looks like? Sorry, I can't speak. Gorgie's stats look like here.
I don't think they're gonna blow you away. I don't have them in front of me, but yeah,
no, not at all. Actually,
he was like a backup 5. I remember when he first, just to take another trip down memory lane. When he first burst on the scene, he made a game winner. I have some useless Wolves memories in my head that are taking up space, I'm sure, for other things that are better. He hit a game winner against Houston, and I think he had like 20 and 10 in that game. And I thought, yeah, we're back, baby. We've got one. Gorgie is like the 16th man.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't even talk about him if I didn't look at this win shares thing, honestly.
He played a long time. He played 7 seasons, which is a lot. Again, longer than Love, longer than Nas, longer than Corey Brewer. So there is a longevity thing there. He always played. He was super solid. Um,
I'm with you.
he played on
Yeah,
a good.
Gorgie's stats just are not impressive.
Did he play on one good team? I don't think so. He got traded in the Butler year.
Did he? Yeah, he middle. Yep. So 19 to 20, he left
No,
Minnesota.
he got. That's the year after.
Yeah. So he did,
So
but
he did
I don't
play
think it
on.
matters to me, to be quite honest.
Yeah, he played a couple of decent seasons. No, I mean Peck was a better player. Peck got kind of cut down by injuries. He had that foot injury, but there was
Do you
one year
remember?
where like
Yeah.
he was like in the All Star campaign from the team. Him and Love were they like the Bash brothers or
It's
something
got to
like
be him.
that?
Yep. Do you
Yeah,
remember my fondest memory of Gorgie is just like one day he just like started shooting like from the corner threes, and I was
yeah.
just like, all right,
He
awesome.
had the trebuchet.
Yep.
He had that big trebuchet. Load that thing up.
Oh my god. All right. I love this roster. All right, run through it here. The starting five are Conley, Edwards, McDaniels, Cat, Gobert. That's a Western Conference Finals team. I know, maybe going out on a limb. Backup five is interesting. Rubio, Wiggins, Butler, Nas, Kevin Love. All right, and then the reserve five: D'Lo, Nikhil, Corey Brewer, Taj, Pekovic.
Oh, we're running you off the floor in that second unit, man. Kevin Love throwing outlet passes, Rubio, Wiggins,
Yeah, but
Jimmy,
D'Lo's not.
Nas,
He's moving like I don't know if he fits the point guard role.
Jared,
Or no, it's
D'Lo.
not D'Lo. It's Rubio. Yeah,
Yeah,
good. Okay.
D'Lo guaranteed asking for a trade by February.
That's why he's on the bench.
Taj Gibson, the ultimate professional. The third five, just apart from D'Lo, is just super professional. They would really just enjoy the team success. You know, Nikhil, Brewer, Gibson, Peck's out there, like just staunching dudes.
You know what? We might have to retcon a little something here. D'Lo just doesn't fit this third team. Which point guard can we replace D'Lo with that would better fit the vibes of this this team here?
Not Jeff T either.
Is it Jordan McLaughlin? Has Jordan McLaughlin made our team here?
Or is it Tyus?
Man.
If you're talking about guys who would accept their role, is it Berea? When did he last
Oh
play?
my god, dude, that is a good call. We didn't even say his name, but he might have left pretty
2011.
early.
No, I'm in 2011, 2012 here, and he's there.
Ooh, it might. I mean, if we wanted a vibes point guard in that third unit, it's either J-Mac, Tyus, or
Berea was a better
Berea.
player than Tyus.
Yeah,
During
but
that
like
time in
it's just weird with like his arc and when he left the team. But I think it might be him. I don't know if I'm
Yeah.
gonna change it, but just like
I didn't like JJ Barea either, really, but he was better as a player. He used to do that thing where he dribbled around too much too.
you know what?
He averaged 11 and 6 in
Barea.
his first season. Shot 37% from three. Like that's not a terrible player.
Yep.
He became better as well after he left, which is a common theme for pretty much all of these guys.
Right. Yeah, he's a solid guy. He's a solid player. So our new roster has JJ Barea.
D'Lo got retconned into oblivion.
His vibes don't fit. I'm sorry. All right. Let's just run through these last three. This is fun. Head coach. Is it Finch? Do you have any argument for anyone else?
Nah, it's Finch.
All right. Assistant coach. Throw something at me. Did anyone get a head coaching job?
Who's the current? I mean, is it just Mike Nori?
It's probably just Mike Nori, but I'm just
Or
trying
is
to
it
search
is
through.
it like
Ryan Saunders?
Yeah,
like,
David. Is it David Edelman? Or am I thinking of the actual David Edelman? Who's his son?
David Edelman.
Yeah, who's coaching Denver right now?
Yeah, I think it's David Edelman.
He was a coach, assistant.
Yeah, but
coach
was he good? Was he a good assistant coach on the Wolves, Jake?
I don't know. when who was the Edelman era included in what we're talking about here?
I don't know.
I think it was.
It's Mike Nori. All right.
Oh no, the first year was Kurt Rambis. Get away from me.
Oh goodness, that's awesome.
The power of Christ compels you, Kurt. Yeah. I mean, Rick Edelman was a great coach. He had that team. He coached that 40 and 42 team that just couldn't win close games, couldn't win fourth quarters, but was actually probably one of the better teams at that time to miss the playoffs.
We have the entire starting? How many players do we have of that team? 2, 3? Looks like probably 3.
Love,
Rubio.
Peck, Rubio.
All right.
Shabazz and Kevin Martin. unlucky
Martin was talked
exclusion.
about extensively, at least. So
Dante
close.
Cunningham, mid-range killer.
Right. Okay. His name was also,
Yeah.
I don't think we forgot anyone. I'll actually put on the win shares thing after this, but Pobo, is it Tim Connolly?
Or is it Rosas? I mean, I know he was embroiled
Connolly.
in he was embroiled in scandal at the end, but like he did. Here's a question: Who
Yep.
built? Let's go the first Western Conference Finals team, or you can go this last one. Who built that team? Who is more important to building that team, Conley or Rosas?
Well, Rosas drafted Edwards, McDaniels. Connolly traded for Gobert and Conley. Rosas also traded for Rubio, and not Rubio. D'Lo, and I don't know how quickly he moves off of D'Lo. So,
That's true. He
and I
also
also think
got Nas Reed undrafted.
yes, but I think the developments, the more of the development took place under Connolly's regime. Does that make sense?
No,
I'm
that does
really
make
just
sense.
vying for Connolly. I'm not gonna. I don't know if that's true at all, but like I'm just vying for Tim Connolly
He
here.
also drafted Jarrett Culver. Did he draft Jarrett Culver?
Yeah,
I think he
sixth.
did.
He did, but he really wanted Darius Garland.
Oh man, yeah.
So that if your second option is Jared Culver, I mean, I'm sorry.
Yeah. I mean, it depends. I guess it depends on how you look at it. Again,
Well, yeah,
is
but one of them is
the young core of the team more important, or is all the players they put around that young core to actually make them good more important?
Do you think Tim Connolly would have drafted Anthony Edwards or LaMelo Ball?
I think Tim Conley probably would have drafted LaMelo Ball.
You just don't like Tim Connolly, it seems.
No, I
That's
do
what I'm
like
getting
Tim.
here.
No, I definitely like Tim Connolly, and he's clearly a great. I
Yeah.
don't know. I think that draft was so pivotal for this team that I can't get out of my head that there's some sort of credit deserves to go to Rosas
I
for that.
completely agree. Like he deserves a ton of credit. I mean, but man, they didn't win at all this year.
Ant wasn't a home run pick either at the time.
No, I very vividly remember that draft. Part of me was like, maybe they should trade back and get us Isaac Okoro. Like,
I wanted Isaac Okoro as well.
That's
Or
interesting.
Denny Avdia, who's now a good
Yeah,
player, but
yeah. I mean,
Um,
they just wouldn't be anywhere close to where they are. So like that's he's stuck in picks. That's good, but
and Jaden McDaniels at 28. Man, what a pick that was.
crazy.
But
But
yeah,
also like Tim Connolly draft. We're talking like Tim Connolly's not getting some great draft picks here. He's been picking late. We'll see with Dillingham, but I don't know. I like Dillingham.
I mean, I have a little underrated take that we overrate his drafting for this team a little bit because not really through Tim Connolly's fault yet, but like there just hasn't been any player who's actually like a rotation fixture that he's drafted.
That's true. I think they're also draft. I mean, like he's consistently like 18th or later, like picking.
Yeah,
he's
exactly.
Upper and stuff. So
and
like,
he's one of the best scouts in the
Yeah.
league in terms of an executive. So I don't want to doubt his abilities because everyone knows how good he is there. But I would just like to see one or two work out before I crown him because right now Rosas has drafted better than anything Conley's ever done. That's just the fact.
Has Conley made a bad trade?
No, I don't think so. He's made very good ones. That's where he has really that's why he's going to be the name on this list.
Yeah, I mean, yeah,
is because he's trading. Like Gobert was an overpay still, I think, but not really. It doesn't look as bad now, and like I don't care if it is.
Yeah,
because
it literally does not matter to me.
Yeah.
The Conley trade is an all-time.
The Conley trade was ridiculous. Obviously, maybe the Dillingham move up if he doesn't work out to be as good as we hope he does. I think that will be a move that would probably haunt them a little bit going forward because that was an asset. That was their last draft pick asset that they had.
But it also seems like they're going to have this is, again, like it's only happening once, but like Nickeil Alexander-Walker to Terrence Shannon Jr. to maybe whoever comes after when someone pays Terrence Shannon Jr. $15 million. It seems like there's a nice pipeline of.
And TJ might be that player that I was talking about, the great draft pick.
Yep. Yeah, exactly. So we'll see. I mean, I'm putting Conley there, but I can absolutely hear Rosas.
No, it's Conley, but I think the discussion needed to happen.
And we can Thibodeau. No, we're not going to talk about Tom Thibodeau. Yeah, this is our team. Take one final look. I think it's
that team wins like 60.
That was going to be my question.
The bench alone would win. They would win over 60 games easily. If Kevin Love, if we're talking about these guys in their prime, they probably win like 73.
These guys when they were on the Wolves. So yeah, okay.
These guys when they were on their Wolves, their best seasons on the Wolves, like Jimmy Butler is coming off the bench.
That's a good
who
point. But
averaged like 25, 7, and
maybe
7.
he's not actually. That's just maybe looking back when you say it like that, it's a little strange. But yes,
Yeah.
he is on this team. Sorry,
Like the
everybody.
bench unit would just eat teams alive. They would be better than the Thunder were this season. They would win the championship, and that's in my head. That's what they did.
Right. That's a good point. All right. I do want to pull up this win shares list thing. If you're mad that I just took the team off, just like rewind and pause it and take another look. Here's the win shares 2010 to 2025. I don't think we missed a single player. Can you see this? If I just
Yes, I
keep
can see
zooming
this.
in.
Yes.
All right. This is, it's an all-encompassing stat, but we
Okay,
got
I couldn't
Carl
find. I
one.
couldn't find this full list, so I'm actually intrigued by this.
I'll show you like after. It was on Basketball Reference, but 1 Carl, 2 Love, 3 Rudy Gobert, 4 Gorgie Jang. This is a longevity list, almost more than anything, I guess. But 5 Rubio, 6 Edwards, 7 Nas. How far should I go? Pekovic, McDaniels, Conley
Ridnour probably
Wiggins.
didn't get as much as a mention as maybe he should have.
I did mention him, and you threatened to
Did I
leave.
dismiss it? Did I dismiss it?
You
Yeah.
threatened to turn off your
Okay.
microphone and leave.
Yes,
So
that does sound like me.
let's go till we get a name we didn't mention. All right, we got all these. If you're on audio, I'm sorry. It's every name we mentioned. Dante Cunningham at 25, Julius at 20. We didn't put Julius on. Is that bad?
Who was the third team?
Taj, dude. We put Taj over Julius.
Yeah, it's Julius. It is Julius. But I'm keeping Taj in there, man. He deserves it. I'm sorry, Julius. One more season.
We don't want Julius being he wouldn't fit the vibes.
Yeah, he's only played 69 games so far.
Yeah,
so.
Julius, come back to us in 1 year.
That wasn't oversight.
Whoops. Oh, okay. The first name comes in at number 30, and it's Anthony Tolliver.
Another player that I liked, Anthony Tolliver. Not very good, but I think he had 2 different stints with the Wolves, which would have helped him.
Yeah. 2018 to 19 after 2010 to 11.
Derek Williams at 34. God.
Al Jefferson for 1 year. If we extended it a few years earlier, he'd definitely be a talking point.
Pat Bev, we didn't mention.
That's okay. Taurean Prince is an interesting one.
Yes, Taurean Prince is still a good player.
Oh my god, dude. How does Luka Garza come in at number 47? How is that even possible? He didn't ever play a game.
That's because when he came in, it was already garbage time, so he'd just rack up win shares.
Yeah, Jesus.
Juancho. God, what an awful player Juancho was.
Very glad we didn't mention Juancho.
D Rose was probably
Nate Knight is at. Dude, we got to get out of here. Wow.
Nah, I'm getting really depressed reading this.
Kevin Garnett, 2014. Oh yeah, that's awesome.
Kevin Garnett almost had as many win shares as Josh Minot in 1 season.
He was horrible. No, it was second stint Kevin Garnett. He was, he was just kind of a guy.
Monte Morris. That's even surprising, even considering how bad.
He's still a free agent. We could get second stint Monte Morris, or is he? Maybe he was signed. I'm not.
I like Monte.
Yeah, I don't really like Monte Morris, but sure.
I don't want him to play any minutes for my team, but
okay. Cole Aldrich, there's a name. We're still going here. Jake Layman.
Get this off my screen, man.
Noah Vonleh. All right. That was fun though. We went an hour. At about 14, I was like, "Are we gonna be able to get this to 30?" Jesus. Yeah, we took one Noah Vonleh. Yeah, you got anything else before we move on?
No, I was just thinking that what I've learned through this exercise is that I really liked everyone. I just keep thinking I really liked him.
There were 4 names where we were like, there was no one where we were like, even on. It was either we hate this guy. Sorry, I thought I muted. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna keep doing that.
I really liked Noah Vonleh, man. I honestly thought he was cool.
Oh my gosh, dude, Ed Davis. Didn't they trade a 2nd-round pick for that guy?
I really liked Ed Davis too.
I remember that I was like, well, this guy can set a screen, and then he never played a single minute.
Yeah, he was awful.
All right, dude. TJ comes in at 81st. I would have thought a little higher. Anyways, we got to record another episode, so we're gonna get out of here now because this was long and fun, and I love this. To be quite honest, if you guys have other lists,
that was really fun.
Just random throw them at us. Maybe we'll take a hit, take a look. I don't know.
We need content.
Yeah. And clearly we can stretch this out and have fun with it. So appreciate you guys. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you all in the next episode.